The sad reality of modern MMOs. Here we go.
I can finally rub my face into some Mikote booby. Venomous mess. By the time I'll be what? How old am I? Who gives a this guy? Yo, thank you so much, Panasonic, for sponsoring 2 videos every month for this stream. Make sure you guys check it out. Exclamation mark Sound Slayer. A lot of people actually got it. I received quite a lot of DM, a lot of people telling me how revolutionary this is for them. Even dude, I trust me, this is not a paid comment. This is not my alt account. Look at this first comment. I got the next speaker last day. It's actually life-changing. You almost forgot it's there. Truly a quality product, and I couldn't be more glad I came it through you. Don't people hear your game sound when you're talking to the mic? Supposedly not. That was a major concern I had at first too. But even with it at max volume, I'm not...
These guys gotta pay him more. This is a good one. Yeah, they gotta pay him more for this.
When I took this sponsor, my
first
concern that I raised to Panasonic was, what if people can hear the audio? Turns out that no, right? Like now, like when I play Final Fantasy, you guys don't hear double music, right? Now, of course, if I play a video, you guys will. You know what's flexible? You know why? It's not because of Sound Slayer, it's because of my mic. My streamer mic pick out human voices more. That's why when I watch a video with people talking, or even when I go to Discord through this, you guys hear echo. When I go to Discord...
If you do that, if that's an issue, you can set a noise gate on your mic, and that makes it to where, like, even if the microphone detects audio, if it's under a certain decibel level, it won't actually play the audio through the mic. And that can solve a lot of those problems.
I use this mic and people cannot hear the gameplay even though the mic is right beside here. I full blast this and the mic is here, people don't hear it. That's why that was my first concern, and that guy, I swear that is not me. Whatever the guy said was what I thought. I'm happy that he was happy. I'm happy that the guy was happy that he got it. Yo, Venomous Mass, thanks so much for the $1. I will play Ashes of Creation, 100%. Even the New World reboot, I might play it. Yeah. New MMO on launch is the first 2 weeks or even the first 1 month of an MMO launch is always fun. Even if you spend
every single one. Like, even playing Tower of Fantasy or Vanilla New World, the beginning of the game is always fucking fun.
And for example, $30 to play New World for 1 month for that new MMO experience.
Yeah, it was badass.
It's worth. It's a brand new adventure, the new discovery.
Meeting
also
new people.
Means discovering, obviously, like you discover how bad the game is. That is also discovery. It's still exciting, right? Run around.
Yeah, it's like, for example, in Tower of Fantasy, I discovered how shameless MMOs can be. I didn't know that, but I found out.
Do some new stuff, maybe boring stuff, but it's still an experience, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I think New World is worth the $40. I think the memes, and I think the agony, I think the suffering, and then maybe a little bit of fun combined. I thought it was worth $40. I mean,
I think so too. I think that if you combined the duping and the drama in the community and you added that to the content that New World could provide at the beginning of the release, if you included the duping drama into the actual entertainment value of the game was wildly fucking entertaining. It was like you were absolutely getting your money's worth by buying the game.
You just have to include look at all the videos, just look at all the streams. I do feel like, you know, if you spend $30, $40 for the amount of fun, I think it's fine. It's really the brand new smell, man. Yeah, it's the brand new smell. That's what makes MMO launch always successful.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter what game it is. It doesn't matter how bad the game can be. MMORPG launch is always successful.
Yeah, even Tower of Fantasy. Even that fucking game was like at the top of Twitch. Everybody wanted to watch Tower of Fantasy, new MMO. People love that shit, man.
Release one, yeah.
That's why I can't believe these fucking clowns over in California can't figure out why, like, they can't figure out the metaverse. How do you, like, just make an MMO? What do you have? Why is this so hard for you to do?
Creation. Say for Ion Classic, I'll play it again and I will enjoy it again. I'm 100% sure. At least that one is proven will be enjoyable. Ashes of Creation, I don't know, man. Now, obviously, the big one, the biggest elephant in the room, the Riot MMORPG. Yeah. When is it gonna come out? What can we expect? That one...
It'll probably be out in 2 years, I think. Somewhere around there, like 1.5 years, 2.5 years, somewhere around there.
You know, a lot of people will play. A lot. Every MMORPG player will 100% play the game. Whether you...
Oh yeah, 100%. And also, like, Riot... Like, I think that the Riot MMO has a higher ceiling than any other MMO right now on the market. Because Riot actually has a great reputation as a developer. League of Legends, everybody plays the game, they all hate it, but they play it. Valorant, massively fucking successful. Teamfight Tactics, massively fucking successful. Riot has brought out dubs many, many times. They haven't had like just a terrible game that comes out that embarrasses them and makes them look terrible. And also they had, yeah, Legends of Runeterra. People still play that. I mean, maybe it's not as good as League, but people don't hate it in the same way they do with like Warcraft 3 Reforged. Yeah, I think so for sure. And yeah, you even have, what do you call it? Arcane too. Yeah, it has, the Riot MMO absolutely has the highest ceiling of any game right now.
You follow League of Legends, blah blah blah, doesn't matter. You know that everyone and your mom will play that game. That one is gonna be like the No Man's Sky. Let's hope it doesn't fall. Imagine the backlash if it's a dumpster fire. It will be. It doesn't even matter how good the game is, because with great hype like that comes with way too high over expectation.
I believed that until Elden Ring. Because everybody's expectations for Elden Ring was it was going to be the game of the year, the game of the decade, one of the best games that we've ever seen, and it's just going to be perfect in all ways. And it came out, and somehow it was even better. It met everybody's expectations. Everybody's expectations were totally fucking unrealistic. They were like, oh, it's going to be the greatest game of all time, and it fucking was. There it is. So yes, I actually think that you can meet player expectations, but goddamn is it hard. Very, very few times that's ever going to happen. God of War's bad. I haven't played God of War yet. Yeah, I'm not sure about how good that game is. Maybe one day I'll play it. I wanted to play the first one, the 2018 one first.
There's gonna be critics about the game, and those critics are obviously, I wouldn't say justifiable, I wouldn't say accurate. Most of those critics come from idiots who play MMORPG in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and then they think that the game lack this, the game lack that, the game needs more. Dude, it's a MMORPG. You need to wait for a couple of patches. Usually you even need to wait for 1 full cycle. You need to wait until the game is fully established. You go through a couple patch cycle, you know what they are planning, you know what is their roadmap, you know what is the development power, you know what the developer wants to do, in how much time, what is the time between patches.
It would be really cool though, right? I mean, it would be really cool if like an MMO came out and it was just like it worked whenever it came out. Like that would be crazy. Like I don't know what that would be like, but it would be nuts. Can you imagine that? Holy fuck, dude. It just comes out and it's good? What the fuck?
And then between patches, is the content enough? Does the content have longevity? How long before we can expect, say, new content, brand new system, expansion?
Yeah.
You need to go through a whole cycle. Then you can truly evaluate an MMORPG. A lot of players, because there's gonna be so many players that's gonna play the Riot MMO on day one, 90% of them, I mean, this is common for MMORPG. 80 to 90% of the players that buy the game and rush into lock it at launch, 80% of them will not play the game as much as most people will. They will either quit, or they will only play between patches for the casual content, or they will just log in 2 to 3 days a week. 80% of the players that buy it, pre-order it, get in on launch day, create character, cause the server to crash, super try hard, hardcore leveling, 80% of them will be gone. Or every single time, right? Every MMORPG, they'll be gone.
That's not a bad thing. And I think that if a game retains a lot of players, like that's obviously amazing, but like you're never going to retain that many people. Because people come, they play the new game, and then they move on. Even Elden Ring. Even that people play through the game, maybe they play through it twice and then they move on, they play something else. That's just how people play video games nowadays.
When Lost Ark came out, despite the numbers that Lost Ark have, we already knew, I already said it already. Give it 6 months, 70% of players will be gone. Give it a year or so, maybe half a year or so or more. When finally people start seeing the patch cycle, you can expect 10-15% of the people that will stay. Oh no, others, no, you are wrong. Oh, this is the best MMORPG that they released. This game is gonna kill WoW and kill 14. This game got so many players, I will play it 24 hours a day. Good for you. You are that one person.
Well, Lost Ark does have a lot of players that play it 24 hours a day, so actually that guy was right. But the fact is that, like, Lost Ark was growing. I think the reason why people thought that with Lost Ark is because Lost Ark was actually growing in Korea. Like, it was gaining players, and so people thought that it would continue to gain players here in the US. I think obviously Amazon is managing it differently than Smilegate manages it in Korea, and on top of that, that trend did not really come into full swing until my understanding is like pretty much whenever Belshazzar came out. So whenever all of the content in the game is out and it's the same as in Korea, I think you can make a one-to-one comparison a lot better at that time.
In the 10% that I'm talking about. Let's look at Steam chart. When Lost Ark came out, how many people do they have? Like 1.5 million? Okay, let's give them 2 million. Average 30 days, 10 to 15%. Don't you hate it when my boomer MMORPG statistics is correct? Don't you guys hate it?
I love this guy. This is the same exact shit that I say. Oh my god, I fucking love this. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, isn't it inconvenient whenever the numbers come out and the numbers show that you're wrong? Yes, exactly. Of course this is what happened. Absolutely. Anybody who didn't think this was going to happen is fucking nuts. No shit.
These guys say things that is correct. Don't you hate it? Oh,
yeah.
Why is this guy correct again? I told you already. Launch 3 months later, 500k. Eventually, when everything is figured out, all the patches are down. Everybody knows how they're gonna keep this game running. 10 to 15%. Oh, 10 to 15% is so little. You think only 150k people will play the game 8 months later, 6 months later? Yes, MMORPG numbers are like that. MMORPG numbers.
And the funny thing about that is that's literally what Amazon predicted. Like, remember Gold River said, this was like on the release of the game, is that they would consider it a huge success if the game had a consistent player base of 200,000 players, and it has that. So it's a big success. Like it's a success. Just because it doesn't have 1.5 million players like it did on launch doesn't mean that it wasn't successful.
When Yoshi P say there is up to 27 million adventurer, how many actual players are there in this game?
We don't know.
3 million max. I think Final Fantasy 14 is about 2 million active characters right now. Active players right now. 1 million?
2 million active players right now in Final Fantasy. I think that could be true. Maybe. It's hard to say. Like, I know that there's actually data on that, and I'm not up to date with the data, so I don't know. Because there is data that shows this.
Maybe 1.2, 1.3 million max. The numbers don't lie. It's standard. It's pretty standard. World of Warcraft, if they say they got 50 million subscribers, you can expect their average player is 5-6 million. Even when Shadowland was complete dumpster fire and a lot of people quit World of Warcraft, comes to Final Fantasy 14, they still have 3 to 4 million players. Even on WoW's worst day, it is still better than Final Fantasy 14's best day because the sheer amount of people, how many active players there were.
It's just got market, like everybody knows WoW, like absolutely. Like that's not even, the thing is, it's not a bad thing. It's like a lot of people play PUBG and Fortnite. Does that mean that Apex is worse? No, it's just another game.
Over the past 15 years. That's how it is. Now, for Lost Ark players, 150k is pretty good. Some of you guys in chat are making fun about Lost Ark like, hey, half of them are bots. Hey, even if half of them are bots, even if Lost Ark only got 80k players, it's still pretty good. Any MMORPG game pass your first, second, third major patches, and once the player base understands how you put out content, the intervals, the quality, if you can retain 30 to 50k players, your game is considered successful already. Well, to be honest, you're comparing free-to-play game to WoW and 14 with $50 a month. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about MMORPG in general. It's always like that. The number doesn't lie. 10 to 15%.
And I think that honestly, if you included free trials and everything, you would probably have an advantage with Final Fantasy because Final Fantasy just has a better free trial system. Like, that's it. Like, WoW's free trial system sucks compared to Final Fantasy in literally every single way. It's worse in every single way.
Retention. The number doesn't lie. It's always like that. That's why every MMORPG launch is always the most successful. And then only 10 to 15% of that number on launch will be your actual player base. The moment the game launched, you can tell already. 10% of the players that bought Endwalker on day one, there was one of those 5,000 people in queue. Only 10% of those players are actually standing here, running around, raiding, paying the sub, tapping every week. Is our genre dying? MMORPG genre? It is dying, but it's dying because there's no other game company that can make a quality MMO like WoW and 14 right now. Like WoW and 14 will not die. In order for something to die, there needs to be something that kills it. Do you think WoW and 14 has got any danger of having a competitor to come out to kill?
I think that one of the big reasons like WoW why WoW and like other MMOs are dying is because they don't provide the same level of escapism and immersion. Because like, I think this is why Final Fantasy is successful. I think its story is a big part of it. I don't really think it's because of the raids or a lot of other things. I think it's the escapism of the game and the immersion and the player interactions that really make Final Fantasy stand out as an MMO more than anything else. And I think that if more MMOs build around that, then they'll be successful and they'll grow.
Both of them. Now, we keep talking about it. The Riot MMO. Yeah. I want to see it happen. I say this a lot of time. I do not want 10 years later. Let's just say my kid become 20 years old. Daddy, you are an MMORPG player? Yeah. Daddy, I also want to play MMORPG. Okay, sure. What MMORPG do you want to play? Wow. I want to play World of Warcraft. The new expansion is out. I want to play Final Fantasy 14. The new expansion is out. People still play WoW and 14? You are telling me there is no one making a new MMORPG? You are telling me 10 years, a decade later, people still play 14 and WoW? That would be really sad. I want 10 years.
You can say that, but there's also a new... I mean, there's a call... The thing is, like, 20 years ago, people were playing Call of Duty. Now, in a few days, we're going to be playing Call of Duty again. It is what it is.
Years later, people look at me and like, wait, you used to play 14? How was that game? How was that game compared to this game that we are all playing now? Wow, you know, I look at this new game and you know, I'm 50 years old now that I'm playing this game. Man, Final Fantasy 11 is still better. Man, Final Fantasy 14 is still better. Oh, what a boomer. Like, I want that. I don't want 10 years later, 14 is still the thing. I don't want Yoshi P come out of the Las Vegas Convention Center wearing his new cosplay of the 36 job in Final Fantasy 14 and then like my kid is in the crowd, Yoshi P! I'll be like, you're telling me this game is still the best? That's sad. That is sad. I do not want 14 and WoW.
I think what he's saying is like the games have to transform from what they are now. And like I think he's right. The games now, it's like I think MMOs are kind of capped on what they can be in terms of like combat, gameplay, etc. I think that the ways that they can grow is like the immersion and escapism and that type of world building. Yeah, it's not transformative enough.
To get away with their B-, B+ quality. I want a game that is like blow everybody's mind out. A A+ game made by whoever. Dude, there are some Nigerian princes out there that they are really rich. There are some Middle East oilers that they are rich. Surely one of them is an MMORPG enthusiast. Surely. I expect one.
Yeah, there are. His name's Steven. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Right? It's like that's the whole sell with Ashes of Creation. Is it's a guy that's got a lot of fucking money and, you know, he's like, I'm going to do this myself.
Of you, rather than say donating $10,000 to Pokimane, can you guys please fund a company, recruit the best talent, and make like a Sword Art Online full dive MMORPG so that I can finally rub my face into some Mikote booby? You know what I mean? Can you make that happen? Please, revolutionary. I want a brand new MMORPG that's gonna blow my mind. Surely someone's got the capital, the influence, the power to make it happen. I'm waiting for that day. You know, maybe some World of Warcraft kid that they started playing World of Warcraft when they are 12. Now that they will be 28 years old, 25 years old, they are climbing. Give them another 10 years, they will be a CEO and some really influential people in this planet. And then maybe they will create WoW too. And then maybe that will be the game that will blow all of our minds away. You know, yeah, I'm betting on it. I'm betting on it. Current 14 and current WoW cannot last the next 5 years. There needs to be something better. And at the moment, the one next in line is the Riot MMO. Let's just hope the Riot MMO really live up to its expectation. I don't think it will. Basing on track record for the new MMOs that released the last 10 years, none of them really cut it. Hopefully there will be this one that is gonna come in with a bang, you know, and then make WoW.
Yeah, I feel like there's been, if you think about every MMO that's been made from 2010 until now, many of them, like, you can think of their names if you think about it, but they don't immediately come to mind.
14 think twice. We are no longer the top 2. We are no longer monopolizing this. We need to do better. We need to keep up. Or maybe for Yoshi P or Final Fantasy 14 case, cut the cord, just like 11. Just make it into maintenance mode, and then maybe Yoshi P can move on with his life. Then that will be the day that 14 dies. Until then, 14 and WoW will never die. Lost Ark is a solid number 3 MMO right now. Of course, if you actually compare the numbers, this is where the problems comes in. This is World of Warcraft. This is Final Fantasy 14, FF14. So let's just say this is 5 million concurrent players CCP,
Sure.
and then let's just say this is 3 million CCP. This is your top 2 MMORPG right now. Lost Ark is here, and they are number 3. Lost Ark. Let's be
Well, of course.
generous. 300K.
That's a lot. That's a lot of bots, man. That is a whole lot of bots. But like, look, yeah, he's not wrong about this at all, because people want to play the MMO that's really popular, because if you play the popular MMO, you get to show off all the cool stuff that you get to more people. Of course.
This is your top 3 MMO. Let's be super generous. Let's give Lost Ark the best case scenario of where it stands in the MMORPG genre. Okay, your number 1 and your number 2 MMORPG are running away with the numbers. These games, for me, World of Warcraft is the B- MMO. Final Fantasy 14 is a... I mean, I'm biased. I'm a Final Fantasy 14 player. A B. Okay, I think Lost Ark, for me, I think Lost Ark is a solid C+ MMO. This is our current MMORPG situation right now. And then obviously you got New World here. 30K is not bad.
That's pretty fucking good. I would say that's really fucking good, personally. And OSRS is on 25K. Yeah, let's see where New World is right now. Let me pull it up and I'll see how the game's been doing. Let's see right now. Information, charts. Yeah, I mean, this is really fucking good. This is insanely fucking good. It's still peaking at over 100K players every day. That's nuts.
Well,
that's gaming.
30K D-. This is our current MMORPG situation. Ion. Okay. Ion is a thing in the past. Ion is a thing in the past.
I feel like one of the things that's happened is that, like, every MMO player has watched Overlord and Sword Art Online, and they know that it's going to happen. And now that their eyes have been opened... Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Is we good? Is we good? Okay, we good. All right, good, nice. So the problem is, like, so many of these WoW players and Final Fantasy players, all these other MMO players, have watched Overlord or Sword Art Online. And they know that one day that will happen. And now that their mind has been fucking expanded to the idea that this could exist and what, you know, at least like some version of it could be, they can't go back to sitting down on a computer and playing an MMO and thinking that it's as fulfilling, because they know that one day this will happen. I think that's a big reason why people aren't happy with MMOs.
Ion is in another realm.
Yeah.
Ion is in our boomer realm. This is the boomer realm. This is the sad reality of MMORPG, okay? Vanilla WoW. Now, I'm not talking about classic WoW. I'm talking about vanilla WoW. What was the concurrent player back then in vanilla WoW?
Like
8 million?
mil.
Okay, let's just give it 8 million. Now, vanilla WoW, whether you guys like it or not, it's an A+ MMORPG. Whether you are a WoW ND, a Final Fantasy 14 ND, vanilla WoW was pretty good. I'm not talking about
very
gameplay.
good.
I'm not talking about the quality. I'm talking about the experience. How a real MMORPG feels like. How the social aspect works. How everything involves interconnecting with the community. How when you play an MMORPG, you get the most raw, the most abstract, real MMORPG experience. I haven't get
Vanilla WoW really did do that pretty well. I think that even Classic did.
to FF11 yet. Come your tits. I haven't get into that yet. Relax. I am a Final Fantasy 11 player. Final Fantasy 11 during that time wasn't that popular. I would say Final Fantasy 11 during that time have like, I don't know, 800k to 1 million. FF11 for me is an S+ MMORPG. Problem? You have any problem? FF11 was so boring. You need to understand. When I give this rating, it's not just the gameplay compared to today. Dude, listen. If I compare FF11 to Final Fantasy 14 right now, Final Fantasy 14 got a way better gameplay. 100%. But do you think the gameplay is enough to make me think that 14 is a better MMO? It's not. 14 is a better graphic. 14 has got a better engine. 14 has better raid mechanics. 14 have an actual raid. 14 fights are amazing. But do you think this gameplay is gonna make me value 14 in terms of ranking higher than 11? You don't.
It's crazy because like that's kind of true. Is that like vanilla WoW did a lot of things wrong, but it was still really good. It is not wrong. Like actually, it's true. Like fucking, yeah. It's just. I mean, at the end of the day, like gameplay is only one part of the game.
Understand, vanilla WoW and Final Fantasy 11 back then values your time. The value is not the same as WoW. If I only play 3 hours and I can get everything done in Final Fantasy 14, that's value. You are talking about value. I am talking about real value. I'm talking about when I spend $12.99 a month. I'm talking about every content, every sweat, every effort I put into a content, even the leveling, it feels fulfilling. Everything I done in those games, in Vanilla WoW and in FF11, everything like that felt like an accomplishment. When I get it done, when I get the item, when I get a set, when I beat a boss, I'm like, ugh! And then when the drop, and then when I roll win and win the item, it's like, ah! When I go into the temple and I farm Thief's Knife, I farm for one whole month. I pulled it 100 times, and then on the 111th time, the Thief's Knife drop. Ah! You know what I mean? That's an S+ experience. Final Fantasy 14. Kill the boss! Kill the boss! Yeah!
I think that's really true, but the problem is that whenever it's fleeting. So, like, it feels really good whenever you get something like that, and you know it's going to have lasting value. But if you know that the really cool rare drop item that you just got is going to get replaced by another really cool rare drop item in the next patch, it doesn't feel nearly as cool.
Yes! 1 week later. You want to do reclear? Yeah, sure, let's do some reclear. I hate reclear.
Yeah, why not?
I hate doing split. Guys, can we just play safe? Nobody cares about your logs. Nobody cares about how good you play. Can we just get the weeklies done so that we can move on with our lives? Can we please do that? That's within 1 week. That is not good enough experience for me. An MMORPG value the experience. Vanilla WoW and Final Fantasy 11 has way more value. It feels truly... Oh, I haven't even talked about the social aspect. Yo, can you please do this with me? Can you please help me that? Can you please help me get this sub-job item? You want to help me clear this BCNM? Can you help me with this Chains of Promatia? I cannot, guys. We need to get parts. We need to get parts. We finally get parts. Let's do the Chains of Promatia mission. You spend 5 hours. Everybody is busting their balls, but they know they can't leave because this mission is difficult. They grind, they beat it. Yes! Final Fantasy 14. Yo, you want to help me with MSQ? Help what MSQ? Bro, just go queue up a duty roulette, man. Wait, but you want me to play Final Fantasy 14 with me? I'm in your FC. Don't you want to help me? Bro, you don't need my help? I'm not going to waste my time. What, Cape West Wind? Just queue it yourself. Who gives a... Yo, you want to help me clear Titan Hunt mode? Just queue it, bro.
Just queue it, yep.
Man, you know what I mean? How is World of Warcraft today? Yo, you want to help me do some Warcraft? Shut the f up. How can you compare the experience compared to back then? Now, this is where Ion comes in. Obviously, Ion, sadly, in the West, didn't get a lot of attention even back then. But even back then, I think there is at least 500,000. And let me tell you, Ion easily an AMMORPG. Even today, if I would... Now, this is where the projection gets really sad. Because this is before. This is in year 2000. This is in year 2020 onwards. This Ion, now that it goes into Classic, it comes into this timeline. Ion is maybe only here. Maybe 20k. But it is still an AMMO. But sadly, in this genre, in this age, this type of game simply doesn't work anymore. It's the same for Vanilla WoW. If you put Vanilla WoW over here, we repackage it as WoW Classic. Let's just say you be generous. 2.8 million concurrent players. It doesn't matter how it was back then. Today, sadly, this is the quality that our best games are.
Well, that's because people don't get the same thing out of the games now. It's like the social experience is no longer a novelty. It's no longer a value add. You already get that everywhere else on the internet. And so you can't really go back to that. That's why I think that MMOs have to go to that next level. Yeah, it's always a daily grind.
And our all-time best games fall so far behind now. That is the sad reality at the moment. Yeah. So we go back to our very original topic. What type of game is gonna kill current WoW and 14? Where?
Yeah, current WoW will. That's what they're doing a great job at it.
does Riot MMO falls into? At the moment, projecting this is the Riot MMO, right? Everybody thinks this is the Riot MMO. What is it going to become? What do you expect? More than 5 million concurrent players? Ask yourself, do you think this is possible? And if this...
I do think so. I absolutely think that Riot MMO can have more than 5 million people that are playing it regularly.
Is possible?
Yeah.
What type of game do you think this is? Do you think this will be a better than A game? That's why. So will 14 and WoW ever dies? Now that I draw it out visually like that, that's really sad. This is our genre. This was our genre before, and this is our genre now. It's really sad. I am only listing the top 3 that I played. There's a lot more here. You have EverQuest, you have Dark Age of Camelot, you got old school RuneScape.
Oh yeah, a lot of these games are great, but he's right that like MMOs don't have like that it factor to them right now. He's very right about this. I'll be right back. I use the bathroom. Oh. We're back now. We're good. MMOs were not successful back then. Now it's considered a luxury, even on PC back in the days. Oh yeah, absolutely. It was just a completely different world. It's hard to compare.
Bro, there's a lot of quality games back here. Back then, we will be talking about top 1. We'll be talking about top 2. And then we have like multiple third, a solid 4. You want to throw Guild War in here? Sure. You want to throw Lineage here? You want to throw EverQuest in here? Sure. You want to throw Dark Age of Camelot in here? Sure. You know what I mean? Terra. Okay, why not? There's so many games back then that I can recommend you. Hey, others, I don't like to play Vanilla WoW because it's fugly. And others, I don't want to play Final Fantasy 11 because it's too grindy and too slow. I don't want to play Ion because I don't like Korean MMO. Any other suggestion? Yeah, you can try Guild War. You can try Dark Age of Camelot. You can try Star Wars The Old Republic. You can try a lot of other games. Go for it. Today, hey, others, I want to play an MMORPG, but I hate WoW and I hate 14. What can I play?
Lost Ark.
Amount of options here. This is the sad thing about our genre right now. We had so many quality, but this quality, I'm talking about great quality in the year 2000. These games don't work today. Final Fantasy 11. I would rather promote Lost Ark as the solid third MMO that you should play than FF11. Because FF11 is the end already. There's no more freshness already. There's not even more real expansions.
No, it's not fresh anymore. It's not. The thing is, like, things get old. Like, fuck. People want to do something new. They don't want to just sit there and play the same game forever. That's true.
It's literally maintenance mode already. I don't consider maintenance mode game as like a brand new restaurant that opened, right? No, right? I cannot recommend FF11. As much as I'm a FF11 sim, I would say Lost Ark is a solid third. But then, this is what solid third looks like. Ask yourself, if I don't want to recommend you Lost Ark and 14 and WoW, what the fuck are you supposed to play? Newer. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 just have their new expansion, right? I lived through these years, right? I started playing MMORPG in 1999. Assurance Core. I've been playing MMORPG for 23 years already.
That's a long
sad that we went
time.
from that to this. There is so many things I can add in here. Ragnarok Online. I can add in Reef as here. You see what I mean? There's so much options back then. Today, let's go back to reality. Guys, let's go back to reality. Enough of hypothetical talks. Ready? Ready? You guys ready to go back to reality?
Ooh.
Erase Lost Ark. This is our reality right now. Hey, others, what MMO should I play? You should play WoW. I hate WoW. Play Final Fantasy 40. Final Fantasy boring. 40 is boring. Whoa, Warcraft Classic. Wait, isn't that the same? No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
WoW Classic is better than WoW Retail. Enough talks of the past. Let's move to the future. Let's go to year 2035. You guys want to see what the future looks like?
Okay.
This is what the future looks like.
Wow.
We will be playing the same Riot MMO.
That's exciting.
Okay,
oh yeah, wow.
Even
same game.
2035.
Very cool.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, right? I really don't mind 14 will last another 10 years. I really don't mind. That is fine. I don't mind. I don't mind. By the time I'll be what? How old am I? Holy f, I'll be 55 years old. I think it's a good retirement game. I'll be the granddaddy of life. You think Xeno's beard will become white?
See into the video? Oh my fucking god. Yeah, that's about right. Oh good. Yeah, no, he's right about that shit, man. He is. It's like, how is it that these games, like, there's been no big MMOs to come out that really challenge the big games. Like, it's true. Arthur's, we've watched a lot of his videos. I think he's so fucking funny, man. Arthur's is great. Make sure to give him a sub. I'm actually not even subbed to this account. I guess I'm using, yeah, this is my second one, so I might not be. I am now. There we go. Yeah, 2035. That's Ash's release date. Exactly, man. And have you seen the day before? I think it'll be released. I don't even know what that is. There's no money in the MMO industry? Yeah, there is. It's just you have to do it a different way. That's all. It's expensive and hard as fuck to make an MMO. I think that a better way to say it is it's cheap as fuck to make a phone gacha game. That's really what the problem is. It's not about MMOs being expensive. It's about phone games being cheap. That's the main thing. Companies making MMOs don't need to compete. Yeah, I think that's a factor too, for sure. I know it's not streamable. You should try Albion one day. Yeah, maybe one day I will. Games can't release with the amount of content games already have in 10 or 15 years. Yeah, I know. But I think that a lot of the games that have come out, people have been either, and this is also another problem. One of the reasons why these games don't like get more popular or anything is because people don't want them to. They don't want these games to overrule their current game that they already have fucking 10,000 hours invested into World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14. They don't want a new game to come out because a new game means that they're not 10,000 hours ahead of everybody else. See, yeah, it's like a sunk time cost. Exactly. No, it is. It really fucking is. I don't know what to say about it besides that.